Day 63 of 100 of mastering photography, and today we're going to edit this photo and really bring out the Milky Way and show how I edit astrophotography shots. The first thing I like to do when I start out is just click the auto button, and this will really start to bring out some of the colors and detail. This picture I was excited to edit because we could see this crazy meteor that I was able to get on camera. As of right now, I kind of like what I see, but I'm going to adjust the tone curve to just bring out some more of the detail. The next thing I want to do is just bring out some more of the color. So I'm going to drag some of the warmer colors up so we can really see that coming out in the Milky Way. And the last thing mainly for this panel is I like to do the AI denoise, which really starts to make it a lot smoother and get the detail to look better. And I should have started with this, but it looks like we could just center it and level it just a little better. And then I'm going to crop it just a little bit so we are kind of abiding by the rule of thirds and really kind of centering the Milky Way and then also allowing to show the meteor. So I think that looks a lot better. And then the last thing I like to do with my astro shots is create a mask around the Milky Way so then we could really bring out a lot more of the detail there. So you take a radial gradient and then we're just going to drag it over the Milky Way. I also like the feather at 100. So it really kind of creates a nice gradient and nothing like very harsh. So now we can see it really has more of a structure that the Milky Way has. Now I want to really even see the sky come out more. So I'm going to create a mask for the sky itself. So after kind of adjusting some of the things in the sky, it's really now bringing out the Milky Way, which is what we wanted. The last and final thing I'm going to do is try to create a mask over the foreground because I actually think there's a decent amount of detail that came through on the exposure. It wasn't fully night out yet. And I think we can actually grab a lot of detail in the foreground and make this image a little more interesting. So that's after increasing the exposure just a little bit on the foreground and creating a mask there. And I think we have a much more interesting and a much more detailed image. So obviously you can see the after, but to compare, this was the before. So much better, so much more detailed, so much more interesting. And again, this is our final result here. So that's my workflow for editing astrophotography super fast. Obviously there's a little bit more that goes into it, but if you found this interesting or helpful, drop a follow and stay tuned for day 64 tomorrow.